Okay, so today I want to talk about Star Wars Battlefront. Now, this is a game that I don't talk about at all on my channel because, well, frankly, it's kind of dead and I really don't care for it. But recently rather, EA has actually given the game an update. Oh, DICE has given the game an update, and they've added instant action. For those, well, it's called skirmish, but instant action is what us old school Battlefront players call it. For those of you who don't know, it's basically you versus bots like it was in the older games. Now, I want to talk about my overall opinion of it, and I want to talk about my overall opinion so far on Star Wars Battlefront, because this update has actually made a difference, and it's actually made me start playing the game again. So now, you're probably saying, what is so fun about killing bots? This is like the most boring thing in the world. Well, see, the thing about it is that's actually what Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 built itself off of. I know Battlefront 2 did have a multiplayer to it, but the single player aspect of the game was the most important. It's what everybody loves, because there's nothing more fun than playing as like a rebel killing Imperials, or playing as a clone trooper killing droids. Something about that. I don't know what it is exactly, but I think it's just something about that is so awesome. I think it's the whole Star Wars universe, the Star Wars atmosphere, and you feel immersed into the experience. Now, they have added these game modes, well, this one game mode in, but they've only limited it to 2 game modes. So you can only play, I think it's Walker Assault and Fighter Squadron. Fighter Squadron is basically you in the air, TIE fighters and all that, and Walker Assault is basically from the movies like the Battle on Hoth, Battle of Endor, all that type of stuff. Basically, it's like Battlefield in a sense. Like, what's that? Conquest. It's like Conquest from Battlefield. A big old map, whole bunch of people. I think it's like 40 players, and you all just go at it, and it's actually really fun. You really feel like, see, the thing about this Battlefront, is this game is the most authentic Star Wars there is in terms of sound, atmosphere. Not so much voice acting, but atmosphere and everything. It's so Star Wars like. It feels great. And I feel that with this new instant action skirmish game mode, it really feels like you're in the Star Wars universe. It feels immersive. It's fun. I played for like almost 2 hours and didn't even realize it. I mean, it really made a difference. Now, am I saying this game's amazing right now? I'm not. No, it's by no means amazing. Is it good? Is it worth actual money now? Definitely. I would actually recommend this game at like $30. And the only reason I'm saying that is because you only have Walker Assault and Fighter Squadron. You really don't have much. I mean, yeah, there's those survival missions, but I don't count. That shit is boring as hell. I do not count that at all. And yeah, there's a multiplayer, but I mean, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of it. It has gotten better. I have played it. It has gotten better, but it's not a main selling point for this game at all. Now, not to mention the additional missing content, like it should already have it should have already had the Death Star, should have already had the space battle, but they're just now getting that in like September, which should have already been in the game from day one, but $50 season pass, we gotta get money somehow, so but that's besides a whole another beast in itself. We're not going to talk about that right now, but I do think the game is actually worth money now, and they said that if this skirmish gets enough players wanting to play it, if it gets enough attention, they're going to add more game modes, which I think they need to do now, because frankly, I'm almost bored of Walker Assault. It's the same thing over and over and over again, and it's just repetitive. While repetitive in some cases may be a good thing to you, well, for me, I kind of find it a little bit boring. Now, this is what the whole community's wanted from the beginning, so I'm pretty positive they're going to add more game modes down the line, and I think this was finally, I mean, yeah, they may be a year late, but I think it's a great idea that they're finally doing this and making their game fun and actually playable. Like, I look forward to playing Star Wars Battlefront. I never thought I'd say that, but the skirmish update, it has 3 game modes: normal, hard, and master. And the thing about it is, normal is, I find, to be the very ideal game mode, or the very ideal difficulty for me to play on. There's hard difficulty, which, yeah, they're kind of aimbot-ish, and master is an absolute nightmare. They just aimbot you from miles away. But I find normal difficulty to be like that perfect setting, and it's just a blast. Honestly, I have fun playing it. All right, and you can just team up with a buddy and you can even do split screen and just go at it for hours and hours and hours. Now, what they need to do is they need to add actually more than just 2 people. They need to make like a 4-player thing, or like, I don't know, add more than just 4 players. Fuck it, why not? I mean, this is like supposed to be next generation gaming or whatever they call it. So, I mean, why not? We have the technology to push it. I feel like they should just stop limiting it to two players. Like, this is not 2007 anymore. This is 2016. Add more players. Like, I mean, what? Like, I should be able to play with like 4 or 5 other people. Like, why isn't that a thing? Hell, why can't I get like 40 friends that we all, I mean, that's a lot of people, but 40 friends that we all play on our own little game mode? Like, I mean, this is not 2007. Let's stop acting like it is. But yeah, basically to sum everything up, I do think that it's cool, it's fun. Star Wars Battlefront is actually a game worth looking into. I recommend it for 20 or 30 bucks tops. I don't recommend 40, 50, or 60, and I do not recommend that season pass at all. But if you want to get into something quick and fast and fun and something to play with, your family or your brother, your sister or friends, cousins, whatever, I recommend this game for that $30 price point. I think it's perfect for the game in its current state now. Maybe a little bit down the line, getting tongue twisted. Maybe a little bit down the line, we will be able to review the game in its full mature state once we get that Rogue One DLC, the Death Star DLC. Everything is unlocked finally, and we get to see everything for what it is. Then maybe we can actually give a full review, because as of right now, the game is basically still in beta, and nobody is really giving this game any attention. I mean, the new skirmish update has given the game some more attention, but I do believe that in its current state, it's still in beta, and it just needs more content before it's actually worth that full $60 price point. So that's it for this video. Actually, before I cut it, I want to say this. It would actually be cool if they got all the DLC out. They're probably going to do this now that I think about it. But they get all this DLC out, and they'll probably try to sell it like next month over the summer for like 60 bucks with all the DLC and everything included. Watch, I would not be surprised. Even then, maybe then it'll actually be worth $60. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave a rating. It only takes a fraction of a second, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, have a great day.